Welcome. Let's talk about one of the important systems, and that is skeletal system. So under skeletal system, we would understand the bones, as we said. Now these bones do have a layer outside them, and that is of muscles, which form the muscular system, which is a separate topic. In this lecture, we will be focusing only on the skeletal system, that is the bones. Now when there are two bones, these bones are connected through a joint. What would happen if there is no joint? This bone would be a stiff piece. If I want to move, I would have to move it like this. I cannot bend it. So that flexibility of movement or bending is provided by the joints, and the firmness, the structure, the support system is provided by the bones. And this skeletal system therefore comprises of bones. It comprises of joints, which are connecting the bones, the cartilage, then we have the ligaments and tendons. So what is the difference? Ligament joins bone to a bone, tendon joins bone to a muscle, and that's something really important that you must be familiar with. Now our whole skeletal system has two important components. One is a system that runs perpendicular, and this is called as the axial system. The other is through our extremities, the upper extremities as well as the lower extremities, and this is known as the appendicular system. Together, how many bones are present? 206 bones in an adult human being. In a small child, a newborn child, there are around 300 bones. Why the number of bones decrease? Because there are numerous bones which fuse, or I can say which merge together to form a single bone, and therefore the number of bones decrease as a person grows old. Now you might have heard people saying a small child when falls from a cycle or onto a ground, there is less probability of getting hurt. Why? Because there are numerous small bones, and the probability to get a fracture or a crack in the bone is relatively less, and therefore as you grow old, the number of bones reduces, and you have to be more careful while you are cycling or pedaling. Now, what are the functions of a skeletal system? The first, as I said, it helps in movement. It provides a framework, a support, or a structure to the body. It also protects internal organs. For example, heart. Heart is being protected within the rib cage. Lungs again being protected within the rib cage. So rib cage, the structure of the bone, protects the internal organ from a direct injury that could happen. Another thing is, within the bone, what is there is bone marrow, and this bone marrow is a region where production of red blood cells take place. In the circulatory system, we talked about what is WBC, RBC and platelets. Red blood cells are responsible for production of hemoglobin, which has iron or gives body the requisite amount of iron. WBC actually helps to fight infection, and platelets help in the blood clotting. So here we are talking about RBC. All three of them are components of blood that we have understood in our class on circulatory system.